Namaste. Welcome to today's practice. Today is the 10 of Sahasrara chakra, which is the crown chakra, and it means 1,000-petal lotus. And this 1,000, it's not necessarily a number, but it is the representation of what's infinite, unbounded, limitless, and eternal. And this takes us into the representation of what is yoga, which is the greatest union and the deepest realization. So today we are going to have a grounding practice. It's not going to be like a normal flow, and these grounding practices really allow for a deeper awareness to be present. So I hope you enjoy. Let's begin in a cross-legged seated position, Sukhasana, and begin to align your spine, close your eyes, take a moment to connect. What can you connect to in this moment? Notice that in you which is moving. That in you which is alive. As you press through the sitting bones, begin to elevate and elongate the spine, the crown of the head rising even higher. Envision your inhalation moving up towards the crown of the head. Slow, deep breaths. A greater awareness of the space right above your head. You soften all of the muscles in your face, the shoulders. Notice the underlying consciousness beyond thought. And imagine that the crown of the head is like a funnel, receiving energy from above, a vertical energy that moves beyond the boundaries of your body and enters the expansiveness of the divine, of consciousness. Let an all-pervasive and all-encompassing force to penetrate you. Becoming one with the movement of breath. Becoming a force that is also limitless. A force that can transcend any sense of identity, any belief systems, any limitations. So allowing yourself to be more of a force rather than a human body, a mind, an identity. Allowing the palms to join in a prayer. Let's begin the practice with a big inhale through the nose. Big exhale through the mouth. Big inhale to chant Om or hum Om with me. Om. Setting an intention for the practice if you wish. Trusting that we are divinely guided, that you are connected to the force that permeates the universe, so that you know that you're not separate from it. Rubbing the palms against one another, create heat. Let your eyes see the energy created. Take a big inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Open up your eyes. Spread the fingers, release the hands. Take a big inhale, extend the arms all the way up, radiate through the fingers. As you exhale, take a twist over to the left hand side. Place your left fingertips behind your back, elevate through the spine, root down even more strongly through the ankle bones and the sitting bones. Let your gaze shift back. Now with your right hand on the outside of the left knee, begin to reach your left hand all the way up and over in the direction of your right knee. So you are leaning slightly forward and slightly out to the side. Let your left knee press downwards towards the floor. Inhale to rise up, straight spine. As you exhale, thread your left arm under the right, tap your shoulders and lift the elbows up. You can stay here or you can move into full eagle. So reaching the fingertips a little higher, spreading the fingers wide. Draw the shoulders down, forearms away from the face. Take a big inhale here. Take a big exhale, begin to round the spine, send the elbows towards the belly. Now begin to release. Eagle arms, lean back, knees hug in, palms face towards one another and send the legs forward. So here you can stay with the legs crossed, begin to lower a little more, sending the back towards the floor and the feet towards the floor as well. And then lift back up, shift the legs, cross opposite shin, sit down. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Either hug the heels of the palms towards one another so that the wrists get a little closer. Begin to extend the arms. Draw the shoulders back, shoulder blades squeeze, chin towards the chest. Push the knuckles away from your back. And then send the throat forward, the chin up. Gaze in between the eyebrows. Exhale here. Begin to release the arms. Take a big inhale. Extend the arms up towards the sky. Bring fingers high. Exhale to twist over to the right hand side. So take a deep breath in here. Big breath out. Big breath in. Let it out. One more deep breath in. Now left hand to the outside of the right knee or thigh. Right fingertips reach all the way up. And as you exhale, lean over towards your left corner. Right and left sitting bone rooting down. Especially your right knee wants to move downwards. Breathe onto the right side of your rib cage. Exhale, begin to come out of the posture, sending the fingertips up towards the sky, and then thread the arm underneath the other. Reach out through the shoulders. So get that expansiveness in between the shoulder blades. Choose which variation you would like to do. Sending the fingers up, forearms forward, shoulder blades hug down and in. Take a big inhale. Big exhale here. Breathing in. Breathing out. Soften the shoulders, lean back. Release the arms, palms face towards one another. Hug the knees towards one another, the feet towards one another. You can stay here or you can begin to descend a little bit with the legs and with your back. And then pick yourself up. Now you can transition towards a tabletop. So placing your wrists underneath the shoulders, and the knees underneath the hips. So we are going to do a few rounds of cat and cow, which I'm sure that you can all do confidently. And I would like you to close your eyes as you breathe in, arching the spine, open up through the chest, throat forward, chin up. As you exhale, begin to send the tailbone in as you round through the spine. Get as expansive as you can in all of your back. So chin in, neck back. And do this a few times. And what I would like you to pay attention to is the movement of the tailbone. So when you exhale and you push the floor away, the tailbone moves in. And as you arch up through the spine and the front body expands, the tailbone goes out. So now stay in a neutral position, find a neutral spine, and simply move the tailbone in, which allows a little bit more roundness in the lower back, and then move the tailbone out, which creates an arch, a back bend, especially in the lower back region. So do that a couple of times, mainly through the tailbone, in and then out. Okay, so for a moment just shift back, give your wrist a little bit of movement. Imagine that you're holding a pomegranate or an orange and begin to circle the hands or create an infinity shape with the hands. And then begin to make almost sparkles with your hands, straightening the fingers. And let's go back to that. So wrists underneath the shoulders. First, push the floor away. Inhale to extend the right leg back. And as you exhale, bring the tailbone in, but try to lift your right leg back. Now, move the tailbone out, which creates like a back bend. And now bring it back in, but try to reach the right leg higher. So you might notice that one seems a little easier, one seems a little harder. If you're doing it right, when you have the tailbone in, you might feel that your right leg wants to go down. So there is a lot of work involved here. And now release. Right knee goes down, let's do the other leg. So left leg rises. So here you want to square the hips, firm the tummy, and now bring the tailbone in as you lift the left leg up, and then tailbone out. And do that one more time. Tailbone in, leg lifts, tailbone out, and leg continues to lift. And now send the leg down. Now inhale, right leg up, tailbone in, press the floor away, bring the right knee towards the nose. Right leg back, tap the left toes down on the floor, bring the right knee towards the nose, maybe lift the left knee off the floor as you bring the knee towards the nose, right heel towards the right sitting bone. Left knee goes down, inhale, right leg back, tailbone in, exhale, right knee to nose, maybe lifting the left knee, step the right foot forward towards the right thumb, place the left knee down, send the left knee towards the right heel, actively pressing, there is no movement. And now lean back with your torso, interlace the fingers, press the knuckles away from your back, straighten the arms, take a big inhale. Exhale here, maybe the pelvis travels a little bit further forward. Inhale, pelvis over back knee. Exhale, release the hands down, tuck the back toes, step back, downward facing dog. Take a big inhale to shift to plank. Shoulders over wrist. If not, shift your feet a little further forward or backwards, depending. Now send the knees down, chest and chin down, back bend. Sitting bones high. Inhale, cobra. Hug the legs towards one another. Hug the elbows in, strong through your back. See if you can lift the palms of the floor an inch. Lengthen the back of the neck, so chin in, press the back of the neck backwards. Take 2 breaths here. Slow deep breaths. One more deep inhale. In your own way, transition back into downward facing dog. Exhale. Inhale back to plank. Exhale, knees underneath the hips, tabletop. Inhale, left leg rises. Tailbone in. Inhale here. Left knee to nose, round the spine. Left heel towards left sitting bone. Inhale, left leg up. Tailbone in. Tuck the back toes. Exhale, left knee to nose. Maybe lift the right knee off the floor. Right knee can go down, left leg back, tailbone in. Exhale, knee to nose. Right knee down, inhale. I think we did a bonus one. Exhale, knee to nose. Step the left foot forward towards the left thumb. Right knee goes down. Inhale, onto the fingertips. Begin to squeeze the legs towards one another. Lift up, rise. Sadly, with the arms reaching back, squeezing onto the shoulder blades. Third forward, chin slightly up. Pelvis can move slightly forward. Exhale, begin to release. Hands go down. Step back, downward facing dog. Keep your breath long, deep inhale. Deep exhale. Sighing out is always welcome. It can be quite a nice release. Big inhale. Exhale. Press the hands down and squeeze onto your mat. Imagine that you want to open jam jars and you're squeezing onto the lids. So the right hand would open the jar to the right and the left hand would open the jar to the left. As if you wanted to spiral the triceps back, lengthening the sides of the body, pressing the heels down, bending the knees if you need. Big inhale here. Big exhale, side out. Micro bend the knees, gaze forward. Maybe a lunge forward or hopping. Inhale, flat back. Hands can always go to the shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise. Gaze up, bring fingers high, lengthen the sides of the body. Exhale, bring the palms to heart. Feel a sense of grounding connection between your feet and the mat and any part of the body that touches the mat. And at the same time, see if you can feel the qualities of lightness in your movement. So there is no pursuing, there is no seeking, there is no goal, rather than feeling each movement, each breath as it comes. We inhale to sweep the arms all the way up overhead, get long, get tall. Take the gaze up, drishti on the thumbs. Exhale, fold all the way, flat back. Crown of the head towards the floor, heavy. Inhale, flat back once again. Exhale, step back into a downward facing dog. Finish your exhalation there. Inhale, forward into plank. And now we are going to hold this for a little bit. So firmly hug the legs towards one another. Bring the tailbone slightly in. Create space in the hollow of your back. And now send the heels forward. You might need to send the knees down for this one. So I will send the knees down. And now begin to lean further forward. Start to micro bend the elbows and see if you can align the shoulders with the elbows. You might need to send the knees up here too. Inhale, find a back bend of your choice, either upward facing dog or cobra. Transition to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana as you exhale. Press the hands down and forward. Lengthen the sides of the body, and as you inhale, extend the right leg all the way up. Lift the left heel. As you exhale, begin to send the right knee towards the nose as you did before. Shoulders over wrist, create space in your back. And now step the right foot forward. Move on to the right fingertips if you need. Now left heel goes in, left toes go out. Warrior one position on the feet. As you inhale, rise all the way up. So leaning back, fingertips reach back. As you exhale, cross the left arm over the right, eagle arms. Inhale, fingertips up. Exhale, forearm away from the face. Right knee over the right heel or so. And right hip bone in alignment with the outside of the right knee. pressing firmly onto front and back foot. See if you can send the tailbone just very gently in, slightly in. Notice how this activates the leg muscles in the back leg. Take one more deep breath in. One last big breath out. Release the elbows down. Unravel the arms. Reach the arms all the way back, interlace the fingers. Inhale, lean back, open the chest, gaze up. And as you exhale, lean forward and begin to fold, humble warrior. Big breath in here as you send knuckles towards the front of the room. Big breath out as you firm through the legs. Crown of the head descends. It wants to go as far down as it's accessible for it. Notice what your back leg is doing. It's as if you wanted to spiral the left thigh forward. And then slowly begin to lift your torso into a halfway lift and then continue to rise all the way up. As you exhale, send the hands down, step back, downward facing dog. Big inhale, shifting towards plank. Knees down or not, heels forward. Squeeze the mat with your hands. Begin to bend the elbows. See if you can slowly lower, tailbone slightly in, create space in the lower back, lower halfway down. Back bend of your choice with your inhale. Adho Mukha Svanasana as you exhale, down dog. Left leg, mindfully rising, no rush. Pressing the floor away, lengthen the sides of the body, exhale, knee to nose, left heel towards the left sitting bone. Hover and then step the left foot forward. Right toes angle out. Make sure you have space from side to side. And inhale, leaning back. So this should be quite gentle to rise. Right arm over left. Exhale, eagle arms, Garudasana. Inhale, fingertips up, forearms away from the face. Feet press onto the floor in opposite directions. Trying to square the hips as you send the tailbone slightly in. The gaze can be up or directly forward. Bending the left knee, making sure that you can feel something in the front leg. It's active. Elbows release. Release the arms and reach them back behind you, interlace fingers. Inhale, press the palms towards one another, extend the arms, open the chest, throat forward, chin up, gaze up. As you exhale, begin to fold. Left knee is fully bent, pressing onto the outer edge of the right foot. And now if you are able to send the crown of the head even further down, please do so, don't hold back. Knuckles towards the front of the room. And always listening to your own cues, to your own inner wisdom. Rising up halfway and all the way. As you exhale, release the hands all the way down. Step back, no sound, downward facing dog. Inhale, back into plank. Tailbone slightly in. Great space in the hollow of the back, so you're pushing the floor away from you. Heels over the toes, shoulders over wrist. Now rock the heels over to the left, to the center, and over to the right. Back to center. Inhale, heels forward, knees down or not, lowering any way that you wish. Knees just chin, or knees down, or no knees down. Inhale, back bend. Pushing the floor away, thighs lifted if you're in up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in, breathing out. Remember those jars, index finger and thumb quite rooted, the sides of the neck long. Inhale, exhale. Here it's as if you were sending the tailbone in, but the sitting bone's back towards the ceiling. Lastly, inhale. Bend knees. Transition to the front of the mat in any way you wish. Flat back, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold, maybe a little deeper than you did before, gazing towards the shins, knees, or thighs. Inhale, rise all the way up. Gaze up to the hands, palms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Feet together or feet as wide as the hips. Inhale to bend the knees, extend the arms, align them with your ears. Exhale. Either tailbone in and firm through the navel, or if you have a flat lower back already, then the sitting bones can be slightly back. Hug actively the legs towards one another, whether they are together or not. Take one more deep inhale. Big exhale, fold. Flat back, inhale. Exhale, step into downward facing dog. Step back. Heels getting a little heavier each time. Inhale, plank. Lower in your own way. Any way is welcome. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts, inhale. Left heel rises, continue to breathe here. Press the hands down and forward. Get longer through the side waist, through the arms. The shoulders can move towards the ears, that's okay. And the right heel continues to reach up and back. Micro-bend the left knee if this becomes too much for your back leg. And now bring the right knee towards the nose. Hold here just for 3. Right heel towards the right sitting bone for 2. And 1. Step the right foot forward. Left toes out, left heel in. Press firmly through the feet. Let's rise up as you did before. Inhale. Exhale, left arm over the right. Now inhale, lift the left heel up. Micro bend the back knee. Send the left knee towards the chest. So step into the front of the mat. Big inhale. And as you exhale, either stay here, sending the left knee as high as you can, or extend the left leg. Breathe out. Breathing in. Check that your tummy can breathe. Fingers are soft. Maybe a smile. Left goes as high as it can. Moving the fingertips, you see that they are relaxed. Relax the neck, the shoulders. And then rebend the left knee. Lean forward. And land your foot back right where it was. Left toes out, left heel in. This time, send the left heel in. Widen the stance if you need. Warrior 2. Fingertips reaching in opposite directions. Gazing towards the front hand. Right knee over heel. And direct the tailbone towards the back heel. Lengthening through the sides of the body. Shoulders aligned with the hips. Take a big breath in here. Big breath out. One more big breath in. Big breath out, extend the front leg. Inhale, reach your right arm forward. Lean your torso forward, exhale. Inhale, reach further forward with your right hand. Exhale, place your right hand on the right shin, or send the top of the right hand to the inside of the right leg, hovering or touching. Left arm rises up. So now begin to create more space between the right armpit and right hip. Even if you need to send the right sitting bone back, see how can you create more length. So both sides of the body are elongated, and imagine that you want no creases in the right side of your t-shirt or side waist. Take the gaze up. Big breath in. Side out, exhale. Big breath out. Now point the left thumb, top thumb, towards the back of the room and bend the elbow. Swing the hand down. Hug your right sideways with your left hand. Take the gaze down as you exhale. Micro bend the right knee. And now rise all the way up. Bring your right arm alongside your ear. Shift your right toes in, pivot your right toes in, bring the left heel in behind the left toes, and then left toes out, and left heel behind the left toes, right heel slides back. So you are in the back of your mat. Inhale to lengthen the spine, sort of forward chin up. As you exhale, press left foot forward, right foot back. Begin to extend your right fingertips forward as you lean your torso forward, beginning to fold. Very, very slowly. So it's as if you didn't want to move towards the full variation of the forward fold and you want to hover there for a moment and then release your right hand down. Either onto your right fingertips or your right hand can rest on your left shin. Folding here. See if you can square the hips. Your left hand can either shift up in between the shoulder blades, as if you were doing Gomukhasana arms, cow face pose, or you can simply place it back down on the floor. Find length as you inhale. Draw the throat forward, chin up if that's accessible. Press from the left sitting bone to the left heel and squeeze with your left toes. And notice what helps you more to release some of the tension in the left leg. And then fold maybe a little deeper. Now inhale to micro bend the front knee, press onto the back foot, right arm begins to hover off the floor, rise all the way up. Right arm alongside the ear, bring the left toes in, release the left arm back behind you, right arm back behind you. So the toes are slightly in and the heel slightly out. Squeeze the shoulder blades towards one another, press the knuckles down and away from your back. Inhale, throat forward, chin up, expand through the chest, gaze up. As you exhale, keep the legs active as you begin to fold all the way forward. Crown of the head descends. Micro bend the knees if you need. Press the feet outwards as the crown of the head goes even lower. And the arms move away from your spine. Lengthening each breath. Expanding your awareness to the size of the room that you're in. Aware of every little sound, every sensation internally in your own body, your greatest temple. Begin to micro bend the knee, rising into a halfway lift. Release the hands underneath your shoulders, and simply walk the hands all the way forward. Pivot the toes towards the front of the room. Press the hands down, lift the right leg all the way up. As you exhale, bend the right knee. So now you can stack the right hip over the left. Some of you might feel quite nice staying here. You can also lift the left heel. You can choose to straighten the right leg up, maybe pointing the toes towards the front. Or some of you might want to shift the left heel to the left side and move onto the outer edge of the left foot almost. As you shift your right foot behind you, either placing the whole of the right foot on the floor and then lifting the pelvis, reaching the right arm behind you, opening up through the chest. Taking 3 breaths here. So feel free to move, to make the posture your own. Taking your gaze down, softening in the extended leg. Shift your right hand back down, return into downward facing dog. Big breath in to find plank. You can transition if you wish or not. Exhale, lower. Upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale back into downward facing dog. Now left leg rises, right heel rises. Press the floor away. Notice your breath. Even noticing how present you feel. Diminishing any distractions and relinquish any idea of likes or dislikes. All those are connected to a sense of identity that is individual, that separates us from the union that can be felt knee to nose, left sitting bone, close to the left heel to sitting bone. Press the floor away, round the spine, tailbone in, step the left foot forward. right toes out, right heel in, pressing so much through the feet that your torso lifts up by itself. Inhale, arms back. Exhale, cross the right arm over the left. Choose the position of your arms. Inhale, lift the right heel up. Soften the back knee. And then shift forward. Breathe. Elbows up, forearms away from the face. Shoulders down. Exhale to either extend the right leg or lift the right knee a little higher. So it's important here that we remain soft through the limbs if we can. Of course, the right leg will be fully engaged and many parts of the body will be working. But let at least the part of the body that you can control, which is your breath, your mind, to be soft. Bend the knee. Soften the front knee to lean slightly forward. And let your toes land first. And then follow by the heel of the foot and the heel. Release the arms. Find warrior two. And here we stay. Lengthening through the lower back instead of arching the spine. Sinking a little lower perhaps. Aligning the arms. Truly getting to know your warrior two, even closing the eyes. Begin to extend the front leg. Shift your left hand forward. Let the whole side of the body lengthen. Continue to reach forward as you press equally through both feet. And then release the left hand down. Any variation you did before, right arm up. Either arms in a T shape or left hand resting on the shin. Lengthen the left side of your body now, as much as you find length through the right side. Lean slightly back here. Thumb back, bend the elbow, sweep the arm back behind your lower back, gaze down, and begin to rise all the way up. Front leg extends. Bring the front toes in. Shorten your stance if you need. And now pivot the feet towards the back of the room. So toes point towards the back of the room. Lengthen the spine. Inhale, open, lean back. As you exhale, begin to send a little bit more weight onto the front foot as you lengthen and continue to reach and lengthen. Reach and lengthen. Active through the feet. And when you need to, send your left hand down to support you. Square out the hips. You can fold here for a moment. You can choose whether you want to have the right hand down or the top of the hand in between the shoulder blades. And now begin to extend through the spine, sort of forward chin up. Press the right sitting bone to the right heel. Create a force. Press the toes of the right foot down. And then maybe relaxing. Can you relax through the sensations? Can you release any need to modify how you feel? To even modify your thoughts? Can you allow everything to just be present? Slowly begin to microbend the right leg. Left fingertips on the floor. Hover the left arm, rising all the way up, left arm up. Right arm reaches up. Arms meet in the sky. As you exhale, bring the palms towards the heart. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen, lean slightly back. As you exhale, lift the kneecaps, press the feet outwards and begin to fold all the way forward. Once you're halfway down, place your hands down if you can. If you need to microbend the knees, that's okay. Walk the hands as far forward as you can, so you might be just in the tippy fingers. And now reach your front hand towards the back leg. It can be on the outside of the leg or outside of the ankle. And shift your gaze towards the back of the room, so the upper part of the body feels as if you were doing down dog. And the sitting bones are reaching back. And your fingertips that are on the floor keep reaching forward, making a tent with the fingertips. And then slowly begin to release your leg, lengthen, and then shift. Take a twist over to the other side. See if you can maintain the hips squared. Rotating from the navel to the spine. And then slowly release. Hands underneath the shoulders. And walk the hands all the way forward. Frame the foot with the hands. Inhale, left leg up. Right heel lifts. Left knee bends. So sometimes it feels quite yummy to stay here in the hip opening. Extending left leg, maybe shifting the toes to point towards the front of the room. Otherwise, shift your right heel to the right and step the left foot back. Inhale, open up through the chest. Press the right hand down. Expand. Lengthen the sides of the body. Taking your gaze down. Bring the right toes up. Shift them back towards the mat. Left hand down. Exhale, back into downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. So the goal of yoga is conscious awareness of our divine nature. Can we be conscious of that through the freeing of the self from the mind? Freeing the body from tensions. Freeing ourselves from stories, stress, sorrow. Slowly begin to walk the hands towards the back of the mat, towards the legs. And here, take any forward fold of your choice. If you would like to hug the calves or have the lower legs completely, maybe hugging the heels, you can do so, and hug the elbows to the outsides of the legs as you give yourself a squeeze, the crown of the head down. And now move the head from side to side, yes or no. At the same time, push the shoulders away from the ears, and then towards the ears, and then away from the ears once again. One last big breath in. Sitting bones over the heels if you can, big breath out. Bend the knees, gaze down, hands down. Find squat, either heels lifted or down, bringing the palms towards the heart, letting your arms slide downwards, and then bringing the thumbs towards the chest, lengthening the spine, lengthening the neck, crown of the head rising. And feel the upper arms hugging onto the shins and the shins hugging onto the upper arms. Now get soft, release the hands down, place the shin of the right leg down, and see if you can send your left upper arm in front of the left shin and squeeze the left upper arm with your shin. Now bring the left elbow in, so hug it all in, and shift your right forearm down. Your right fingertips pointing towards the left hand side. Now see if you can lean forward, lift the left heel, hug the left knee in towards your arm, and hug the left elbow in. See if you can begin to lift the left heel up, so left heel towards the left sitting bone, and push the floor away with your right forearm. So push the floor away with your forearm, right shoulder away from the right ear, and then slowly release. Beautiful. So now lean forward, left shin down, right foot out, right upper arm as far down as it can, and then out. And when it goes out, place your right hand in front of your right elbow. Left forearm goes down, so this is why we need the rounding of the spine when we send the knee to nose. And then lean forward. See if you can lift up through the right heel. Left forearm presses down, shoulders away from the ears, either staying here or see if you can squeeze the right hand onto the floor. Lift the right heel towards your right sitting bone and feel how your shin is resting on the right upper arm. You really want that right elbow hugs in. And then send it back down, right hand down. Now both shins to the floor, knees together or wide. The main intention for a practice that governs the Sahasrara chakra is something that leads us towards meditation, something that allows us to stay present and quiet and without discomforts that arise in the body that then lead to the mind getting too active and all of these obstacles that prevent us from being able to meditate. And one of the postures that connects to crown chakra as well is headstand. And the headstand variation that I want to share with you today is a tripod variation in which the arms are as if you were in Chaturanga Dandasana, which is the posture when you lower down like this, and the elbows are hugging and they are aligned with the wrist, and the fingertips are in extension, the wrists are in extension, and we also want to send the shoulders away from the head. So the main purpose is not for you to do headstand, and I know that there is a lot of fear sometimes to do inversions, but it is beyond doing a posture. It is the ability to trust yourself and to trust your own potential. So that is the intention. The posture is just a means to help you do that, and we can always use a wall. So I will show you quickly. The hands go down, and then we send the crown of the head down, and as we send the crown of the head down, we want just the very crown of the head on the floor, and then we align the hands. But before we do that, let's send the palm towards the forehead and press the palm onto the forehead and the forehead onto the palm, and create a lot of activation in the front neck muscles. And then do the same on one side of the head. So you're pressing onto the head and the head pressing against your hand. Let's do the other side. So all of these awakens the muscles of the neck. And then back. So one hand back, pressing onto the back of the head and the head pressing against the hand. And then release. So just for a moment, watch. So crown of the head goes down. The wrists are similar to the line of the knees. And now you can see your wrist. Check that the elbows are over the wrist. And your shoulders will be in alignment with the elbows. The shoulders might want to go down, so now you can push through the hands and push the shoulders away from the ears. So we are not going to go straight all the way up with the legs. We are going to start very gradually by sending the toes down and then lifting the knees off the floor. This already is a headstand. So if you can do this, then what we will do is to send the shin towards the forearm, and you can totally be on a wall here. And now your turn. So taking a moment, making sure that you have some sort of support, that you feel steady, fingertips squeeze onto the mat, and then send the head down, tap the toes down, check that your elbows are over the wrists, extend the legs. Now send one shin over the upper arm, squeeze the knee in, and now if you feel comfortable with that, bend the other knee and send the other shin over the arm. And this is perfect. You can stay here, or you can send the heels towards sitting bones, and then all you would need to do, remaining firm through the crown of the head, would be to tuck the tailbone out. So now your tailbone is in probably, and now you press through the hands and maybe send the tailbone out, maybe send one leg up, maybe send one leg all the way up towards the ceiling. Send the leg back down, shin to arm, maybe sending the other leg up, either heel to bum, reaching the leg back only, or extending the leg. And then sending the leg back down. Sending one leg down first, extending it, then the other leg, knees down, forehead down, arms by the sides, resting child's pose. Let the shoulders fall. Hands by the sides of the knees, just push yourself away from the floor, lean onto the side, extend the legs. Well done. Whether you did it or not, amazing. Even if you were scared and if you tried, and I hope you didn't fall, but even if you fail, I had to fall so many times when I started, and it's a part of the practice, it's a part of life. So you can join me for a forward fold with the legs straight, or you can bring the soles of the feet together. I know that you have your own preferences, so go for the one that you feel that is the most yummy for you today. You've worked hard, you can make your own choice. If you're in Paschimottanasana, lengthening sides of the body, reaching away, and exhale to fold, hands down or grabbing onto the feet. In Paschimottanasana, imagine that you want to bring the lower ribs towards the knees. So you lengthen, shoulders away from the ears, either gazing towards the toes or bringing the chin and neck back. So Sahasrara is about transcendence, about moving beyond our own limits, rising above our limiting beliefs, connecting to oneness. Slowly lengthen the spine, rise up, hands behind you, shifting your sitting bones towards the heels, arms out, bring the knees towards the chest, either finding a twist of your choice or happy baby. Or choose to cross one leg, left leg over the right, shifting the pelvis slightly to the left and sending the legs over to the right. Right palm can be on top of the top knee. And then come back to center. If you're doing the twist with me, moving towards the other side. Facing over to the right, legs over to the left. Finding slowly a neutral position, bring the legs back to center, and crossing the legs. Finding Shavasana or a seated position. A brief Shavasana. Taking up space. Whether you were able to do the tripod headstand or not, know that it is developing our wings. And the progress that we make is not actually in whether we lift up or not, whether we physically rise or not, but whether we build our self-trust and our own conviction in the ability that we have to always overcome obstacles, to always rise above what we perceive to be our limit and potential. Let's bend the knees, stretch the arms up, and then roll over to the side. Find a seated position. And here, if you have a prop to sit on a prop, you can grab the foot and roll the top of the foot to face the floor. This is much easier when you have a prop underneath your sitting bone. And then do the same with the other, so it's as if your outer edge of the foot was rolling inwards towards your body so that you can locate the top of the foot on the floor and your heels align, your spine lengthens, and your fingertips can be on a mudra, thumb and index finger extending through the other fingers, lengthening through the spine. Closing the eyes. Begin to bring your awareness to the crown of the head and breathing onto the crown of the head. Become an open funnel that receives a vertical, energetic, divine force. Letting a force of goodness, of light, of oneness to enter you. And for this you need no dogma, no belief system, no religion. Simply need to detach ourselves, even if it's for a moment, from all that we believe that we are. To experience yourself as something else. Dwell in your crown space. Every in-breath, awareness reaches the peak of the head. And as you are receiving from an open crown, as you exhale, receiving from the crown to the sitting bones, connecting you even more to the earth that holds you and has been holding you for as many years as you have. Moving beyond the notion that you are a someone, a body, your own thoughts, your story. Who would you be without all of that? Will there still be a you? Who would you be without your name, your beliefs, your story? How would you feel? Breathe onto empty space. Becoming the same divine force that permeates your beingness, your being, and developing a connection beyond your individual boundaries. Now let your inhalation reach from the crown of the head all the way down through the throat, the upper chest, middle chest, tummy and back. Let yourself be filled by divinity. Let yourself be filled by space, freedom, joy, contentment, bliss. And knowing that when you are all of these, when you unbecome who you think you are, there is no separation between you and the divine. your whole life with the good, the bad, the light and the dark all make sense. And there is nothing to unite with because you already are unity itself. Take one more conscious in-breath of life. Open your mouth side out. Bring the hands to the heart, bowing, honoring, and recognizing all that you are, and giving yourself permission to merge with all that is. Thumbs in between the eyebrows. Thumbs to the lips, thumbs to the heart. Only those who believe in magic will be able to see it. Namaste.